Hello guys, it's Big Dave, and today we're doing another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we're going over Dragon 25. This is my speed run, if you want to call it that. It's taken me a while to get this to this level of speed. It's sub 3 minutes. It's more or less near 2.5, depending on how lucky I get in the waves. But yeah, I'll go over the run and then go over the champions and how I've got them in this setup, and then how other champs you can use to in order to do this. But this is what I use. So I'll go over the run, and then we'll go over the gear and the champs after I'm finished. So we'll start the run. So let's get into it. As you guys can probably see, I'm rocking Baddell, Urogrim, Royal Huntsman, Magnarr, and Stag. You can use Lydia here, but mine's not built for damage, and without damage here, it'll take a while because these waves are tanky. Overly tanky, in my opinion. If I run this on 20, I think I can run this on 19, it would probably be sub 2 minutes because there's just no HP on those guys. But on here, there's a load of it. So that's why these runs take so long. So yeah, I haven't got a seer, as you can probably see, as I've probably mentioned in videos before. So yeah, it's difficult to get that sub 2 minute time. Before I have a seer, that's very much doable, but I don't have one yet. So yeah, as you can see, we've got past the first wave in sub a minute. Anything below a minute is considered good there because of the sheer amount of HP here. Biggest issue here are the Shatterbones. I've tried using like turn meter champs. I tried using Lysandra here instead of Magnarr. It took even longer because you're not doing damage. Like, you have to try and get as much damage as you can. Like, obviously Baddell and Urgram bring poisons and utility to this comp. So obviously the faster you are, the easier it's going to be. As you can probably see, Royal Huntsman gets really close, and so does Stag. But what happens is that Urgram comes in clutch and saves him, or Baddell does. This is not free to play friendly in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, we are. We've just got to the boss. So the basic principle here is get his poisons out as quick as humanly possible, and get back around to Huntsman's A3, which mine's not booked. So it'd be a lot better if he was. But yeah, I haven't got mine booked because he's next on my list to do. Like, Ninja's next, and then Huntsman's after him for this reason, because he hits hard enough to do enough damage to make sure that you don't get effectively. There's enough damage to whittle him down quick enough, because obviously the damage here is all coming from the poisons and Royal Huntsman. Like, Magnarr does a little bit of damage with his A2, and his A3 hits okay. Other than that, it's it's difficult. As you can see, yeah, we're probably going to do round about the 240, 250 mark. Yeah, so once we get the poison zombie here, that should be it. Yeah, it's fairly. Here we go. So yeah, as you can see, Huntsman's got he's in Savage, and so is Magnarr. Stag is basically in my fastest gear. Right, there we go. What was the gear piece like? Oh, yeah, it's okay. I don't know why I'm keeping it. Should probably get rid of it flat 4%. Sell. Right, so I'll go over the champs and I'll go over the gear, just so you guys have an idea of how I do it. So obviously you've seen Baddell before. Obviously immortal in regen. So he's 66,000 HP, 3,461 defense. Defense is important on this guy because you don't want him dying on the second wave. 224 speed. It's reasonable. I wouldn't call it amazing. 293 accuracy. Resist, I should say. The Great Hall isn't maxed here, so that will be 300 come tomorrow for CVC. Not tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow for CVC. I would like the accuracy to be a bit higher, but it's good enough for Dragon. It's all that matters. As long as it's good enough for Dragon, that's all that matters with this guy. I don't really use him in Doom Tower. I want to, but he's very situational for me because I run Nukas and Turn Meter in Doom Tower rather than this guy. I should use him really. So yeah, that's Bad L. Again, the replacement's very hard to replace in this comp. It's very, very specific, this comp is. So here we go. Here's Royal Huntsman. So we'll go over his stats. As you can see, he's in Savage and slightly broken. So I've got like 29,000 HP. Not great. Not great. It's okay. Nearly 5,000 attack. That's because I've sacrificed accuracy. You can go accuracy with this guy because he does do a decreased defense, but I don't need it. Not really. It would probably help in the waves a little bit, and I should try and get more, but I want to get as much damage out of him as possible. Like I probably should try and go accuracy. So he's 188 speed, 74 crit rate. That is weirdly too high. Because I run him with Bad L and his strong affinity, I only need to run him at 60. Is it 60? Yeah, 60. So 25 from Bad L and 15 from affinity. So you can run him at 60. Hence the reason why I've got so much crit damage on him. So he's only used here, nowhere else. I don't use him in arena. I don't use him anywhere else. He's pretty much only here. So I could probably get the accuracy if I needed to, but again, I haven't needed it, and the run is pretty safe, to be fair. So that's Royal Huntsman. I'll go over his Masteries, just to give you guys an idea of how I went. So I've gone down the accuracy tree to give him extra accuracy. I could have gone Eagle Eye, but I decided to go Helm Smasher. You're probably thinking why? Because his skills, his A3 ignores, his other skills don't. So that's why. So you just want to ignore across the board on him. So yeah, I like him for this. Richthof is also good for this, but again, Richthof is better in a Seer comp because he'll throw out all the poisons. Everyone else will die, and he'll just keep pumping out the poisons all day. So yeah, you can use Richthof, but I prefer this guy because he hits way harder. So basic Nuka Masteries. So yeah, so that's Royal Huntsman. We'll go into Urogrim. You guys have probably seen this guy before. So he's in Immortal and Regen. So I've got him around 68k. 3,002 defense. Low on the speed. I need more speed on him. 314 resist. Need the resist so he doesn't get slowed by the Shatter Bonuses on wave 2. Because if he does, he then won't get around quick enough to heal in, and then somebody will die, and then there's a possible chance of a fail. The accuracy is perfectly good. I just don't like what they've done with his nerf. He's still good. It just adds more time because you find out that his A1 doesn't land as often because it's only 2 poisons instead of 3. Should 3 opportunities, and obviously you take him out of Helm Smasher now and put him in War Master instead. But have I done Masteries on this guy? I think I have. No, I actually went down. Yeah, I went down the resist tree to get the resist that I didn't have. So yeah, so that's Urogrim. So Magnarr, which you guys have probably seen before, Savage and Immortal, is based at 69,000 HP. I want more. 185 speed, 100 crit rate, 226 crit damage. I could lower his crit rate because of his affinity, but I use him in arena. He's basically my candy counter, my Candrafon counter, because when Candrafon goes Veil, you gotta try and hit him twice, and Trunder, I don't have a Trunder, and Trunder can't hit weak against it because of the affinity, so I use Magnarr for that, and he speeds up runs really well in arena. So yeah, so that's the stats. His Masteries are basically Nuka and go down to try and keep him alive, delay on death, because I also use him in 3v3. So yeah, so he goes in my go second, my blender go second, which defeats blender teams. It's basically made on that principle. So that's what I use him for. And then Stag Knight, who I use here, and in Fire Knight, I do use him a little bit in 3v3. I use him a little bit in Doom Tower sometimes because of his decreased attack. But again, my accuracy is okay for that job. But again, he's got no resist, and the higher up you go, the harder it is to keep your team alive. because of the Tormins and all the other the Rotuses and the Seafies that you get up near 100 plus if you're up that far. But yeah, so that's Stag Knight. I've gone Giant Slayer with him purely. Oh no, I actually gone War Master. Oh yes, doubling him. My bad. Yeah, so I've gone War Master. He hits like a truck. I've contemplated taking him out and trying Deacon Armstrong or Archmage's helmet, but I don't feel that they have the same output as he does. But they could be better. I don't know. But one day I might try it. But I feel this guy is just one of the best epics in the game. So I stick with him, and he works for me. And I can't really ask for much more than that. And I also use him in Doomteller. So yeah. So basically, guys, over the next week or so, I'm going to be doing a Dark Hail video coming up. I get in tomorrow. I'm probably going to put up the video after CVC, because I want to show a sort of, what's the word, a reason to use him and how you can use him. I'm going to initially do Clan Boss with him, and then I'll show him in dungeon content, but I need to mess around with him first to get an idea of where I can use him. I'm not going to be able to figure that out straight off the fly, so I'm going to have a look into it, but he's coming soon. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be building a new Clan Boss team. I've managed now to wangle it so I can move gear from champions to make a 1-key Ultra Nightmare team, which I will be putting up on the channel at some point over the next, I'd say another 2 weeks, I would say, by the time I get Masteries on, level all the champs, because I've got 4 champs to level to do it. So yeah, because I didn't use the champs that this comp needs, but I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. So yeah, so stay tuned. I will link my Discord in the description just in case you have any questions, or if there's anything about this comp that you don't quite understand. If there's any advice that you need, I'm there pretty much most of the time. So any advice, just leave a DM or leave a message in the Discord, or message me in the comments, whatever's easiest for you. So yeah, so more videos incoming, and I shall see you guys later.